Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Terra Tech. This is going to be another episode in the R&D chamber, mainly due to Mind of Chaos. Want to give you another big shout out for your donation to the channel, man, to help make this possible to actually play the R&D. He's the one who purchased it and sent it to me as a gift. So, just a huge shout out to him. However, we did get some stuff done in the last episode, guys. We finally got a flying vehicle to work. In fact, I can go ahead and load that up really quickly. We've had some other ones here that were not so good. The ugly, however, just the ugly. For some reason, the ugly just seemed to work. I don't know why. Seems mean to call him the ugly now, but he actually does take off like he should. You can see it right here. In a second, he's gonna take off. And then we're gonna go down like this, and we're gonna do our little flip, and then we can ride it up, and boom, there we go. He is flying for us, and it works really well. Actually, a lot better than I thought it would, and I don't have to fight it too much once I get it going. Now it does tend to want to go up a lot when the boosters on, and then when the boosters stop, I have to change the direction it's going to kind of keep it up as much as I want. I kind of like to be a little close to the ground just in case I crash, because I'm not very good at the game when it comes to flying just yet, but it works really well. At least when I say really well, I mean it actually works. Where anytime I've ever done this in the past, it never seemed to work very much at all. So that is our flying guy. We also did a few other ones here. We did the bomb, which is the hover booster guy that just it didn't work. Like, it worked. I could move around. He can get around in different places. That's backwards. This is forwards right here. I can go left. I can go right. It does take a little while before it kind of goes into effect. And then I have my boosters, which definitely allow me to get around a little bit easier. But it just doesn't turn on a dime. And overall, I think it could be better built if I knew what I was doing. I don't know what the flaw is on this guy, but definitely could use some more height. Like, I can't even get up these things because it just hits right there. So that's one of our kind of failed test designs right there. But it was kind of cool to play around with. The one I was really kind of hoping to get to be the guy that I wanted was this one right here, the plain one, before we really went all out overboard with him and made him really big. Like, this guy looks really cool right here, just as he is. And then you use the flamethrower, and it's just like bum, right? Like, I cannot wait to use this on somebody. Now, he's not the ultimate fighting machine at all, but he's still pretty cool. And you just see he just doesn't have the lift. He needs more. I think what it is he needs more propellers. After looking at my Geocore one, I think that's the flaw. He just doesn't have the propellers capable of lifting up his mass. And he's a pretty lightweight guy as it is. You can see he's reaching speeds of like 86, 87 miles an hour. That's without the boosters. If I turn the boosters on right here, you'll see he gets a little bit more, and he does tend to fly for about a half a second. 101 is about the speed that he gets with the boosters. Now, to kind of fix him, what I ended up doing was doing the plane 2, which is this guy right here, and he's a mess. He's very much symmetrical in all sense, but he just doesn't reach the speeds that I'm hoping for. And I think what the case might be on this guy is the wings might be too far back. They might need to be up a little closer, maybe right here where the radar is. But that's something we worked with and never really got him to take off. You can see right here, he wants to take off. He's not doing it. And of course, we did change up actually, what's going on right there? Why did it stop working? Cannot find window. Hold on a second, guys. I do apologize for that, guys. That was my recording engine kind of freaking out on us. So I did change these up so that they would go up instead of down. Let's see if we can get it back the way it should be right there, just to try them out and see if that made any difference. It did. I think it pushed us further to the ground rather than up the way we wanted to. So if we do this, this might be able to get the thrust to kind of fly up. It's just not there. You can see it's just not actually picking up. I think what it is I have a lot of wheels. Wheels definitely add a lot of weight to it. And I also have weapons on this thing, and weapons are something I didn't throw on the other guys. I didn't throw my shields and all that other stuff on those guys either, and I think that's making a difference, because when I go up this right here, you'll see that I do get a little bit of lift from it, and I can fly just tiny, just slightly. So that is that's gonna be something we have to work on, I think. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and restart the test chamber. Just wanted to give you guys a brief overview of some of the stuff that we have done, because on this one, I think we're going to be messing around with the colored blocks. And what I mean by the colored blocks is these things right over here. These are stuff we really haven't messed around with too much, and I kind of want to build a pumpkin or something along those lines. I've been thinking about doing it for a while, and we have these special blocks in here, if I can figure out where they're at. Not these, where are the hats and things like that? Oh, here we go. So we do have, you know, a set of pumpkins already in here, but that's not what I'm going to build the whole thing out of. I think I'm going to try to build the pumpkin itself. And I'm going to try to use this orange block and this yellow block to kind of offset, you know, where the pumpkin skin is and where the inside of the mesh is. I'm also going to try to leave it hollow so that I can import this into my actual game, because these blocks right here are absolutely free, so they don't cost me anything. I just need to have found the colors themselves for me to import them. So I can do that fairly easy. And then I want to use these eyeballs right here as well. I want to put some of these little eyeballs in as best as I can. So I'm going to do 2 eyes, I think. And the witch's hat, they're just too small. Like, these hats are all too small for the size that I'm going to be going with. So let's go ahead and give it a shot. Now, this is going to be my first attempt at creating a pumpkin, so you guys will have to kind of bear with me. And actually, I think I might do it from in here if I can, because this way I could just click on it, I can set by, and then, oh, maybe I can't. The other ones would allow me to just kind of drag and drop as many of them as I wanted to into the area. But this one, I guess we're going to have to just drag and drop each individual one by one, the way we want it to. So let's do this. Not exactly orange, a little bit more tan than I would like, but it's the only one we got. It's the only one we got available, guys. So we'll give it a shot. Give it a shot and see how well it works. It's actually looking a lot more tan than I would like, but it looks more orange inside the thing. So maybe with the right lighting, it will come out the way we want it to. I don't know. Maybe. We'll keep going with it. And this is going to be a little bit of a project, because I want it to be pretty massive, but I also want it to be able to be on wheels and be able to actually perform and drive around a little bit, and maybe even one day attack other bots out there. So that could be really difficult to get down the right way in that sense. So I think that's going to be about the right size to start cutting back a little bit. Now I will come back and make it a little bit more rounder as I perfect the design. Of course, you know, this is just the bottom layer. Actually, it's not even the whole bottom layer. This is just one layer that I have going. Let's see, we need to put this one right there. Yeah, I want to make sure that it's as perfect as possible so that everything lines up. I think that lines up, right? Yeah, that lines up. Okay, so let's keep going back with that. I do wish that while you're in the R&D department, and maybe there is, and I just don't know about it, if you could have a copy and paste so that I can like select one side of an object and then copy and paste that again, because I have this side already done. It'd be nice if I could just, you know, copy half of it and then paste the other half on the other side and get that symmetrical design that I'm looking for already done for me. So until they add that, I kind of have to do this manually myself. Now I could speed this up. In editing and show you guys the finished product, although I probably won't do that because I like to go through and I like to build. I know some of you guys out there don't like to see that, but for me, when I watch these Let's Plays, I always kind of want to see how they got to the point that they're at, rather than just always see the finished product, because somehow when I watch them, for me anyways, I'm watching so I can do what they did. And it doesn't really do me any good when they show me the finished product and I have no idea what's on the inside. And then when I build mine, it doesn't quite work the same way, especially when it comes to like the airplanes. Those are a little tricky. So if I can get a little bit of help from them, that's how I like to do it when I watch the videos, and I try to repay that favor and do the exact same thing for you guys at home. So I am going to do this nice and slow. If you want to see the speed builds, there's probably a gazillion of them out there of anything you can think that you want to build. Somebody's probably already done it to some extent. Maybe not exactly the way you'd want it, but enough that you'd be able to kind of figure it out after watching theirs. Maybe, but this is going to be a pumpkin, guys. Absolutely, this I love Halloween. I don't know about you, what your favorite holidays are. I love Christmas and I love Halloween, and I always go to the Renaissance Festival during October, and it's close to the Halloween weekend. So what you'll see is a lot of people will dress up either in their Renaissance clothing or they dress up in their Halloween costume, especially when it comes to little kids. And so it just kind of adds to the atmosphere of the event going on, which is really really cool in the first place. I don't know if any of you out there go to Renaissance or even have a Renaissance fair where you're at. Here in Texas, we have one of the largest Renaissance festivals in the country. So we definitely do take advantage of it. It's pretty big. It's not, it could be bigger, and every year they do add more and more to it. So it definitely has gotten even bigger than it used to be when I was a kid, and lots of people show up. I'm talking about this is a pretty big park, but they have a nice little area where you can go off and watch shows. Actually, there's just tons and tons of shows to be had. Most years I go 2, maybe 3 times in a year if I'm lucky, and I don't get to see like 1/3 of the shows they have. So that's just kind of an idea how many shows you will see at the Renaissance. There we go. And let's see, what's the other side right there? I think is where I want that. Yeah. How am I going to make the bottom perfectly round? And you can kind of see gaps in it. So I think I'm probably going to have to seal those up with a few of the blocks, but I'm trying to keep it lightweight if I possibly can, as much as possible, because I don't want this to be just this enormous beast that can't really drive around. Like I said, I kind of want it to be able to fight. Like that would be really cool to drive around with a pumpkin that can actually fight in combat with you, and not just fight in combat with you, but actually hold its own in combat with you, and actually, not get destroyed within a matter of seconds. I mean, yeah, it's going to have a shield on the inside and things of that sort, but I mean, really, is it really going to be a useful technique or useful bot for you, or is it going to do more harm than good, really? Is it just going to be one of those fun ones? So let's put these in there. You can see that there's still some cracks that we have to worry about to fix those. And I'm trying to fix them as we go along so that I don't have to come back after the fact and move pieces around. Because as you can see, as you go up or as you go down, it gets a little bit easier or a little bit more difficult to reach some of these places than others. So I kind of want to make sure. Now I probably should have started at the very bottom to be honest, before I started making any of these changes, but I didn't know what the very bottom was going to look like. I didn't know how far down or what the design is going to be on that one. So we are learning together, guys. We are doing this together. Let's put some pieces in there. We'll actually put pieces there. It's getting a little difficult too when you get to the top to figure out where the actual outside ledge is, because it's getting a little bit more complicated on the inside, a little bit more what do you call it, clustered in here, so that you can't really see exactly where the edges would be normally. Let's see, can we get you over here? I think that, oh yeah, it's gonna raise it up a little bit on me. Let's see, we're gonna do the same thing here. So 1, 2, 3 is right there. We'll go up 1, 2, 3. Should we just go straight across, or should we go down one? I think we should go down one more, actually, now that I'm looking at it. So let's do this one right here, and that will go straight across. And that's where we'll put our wheels, all the way across on this one. That way there's one line that will have the wheels on there. And yeah, the wheels won't look exactly right, to be honest, but you're dealing with a pumpkin with wheels on it. Like, that's not gonna unless I build like a skate. I could build like a skate that it would be sitting in. And that might be cool, because we do have white blocks. So that could be something, but right now we're just going to go with the line here on the bottom and try to make that the best we can, because it's going to be blocky no matter what you do. It's a blocky game. That's what these things are. So we'll do the best that we're able to and keep going with that. Really wish I could just hold the button down and get as many of these orange blocks as I want. Right there, and keep going with that. I guess it's getting orange, right? I mean, when I first looked at these things, I was like, they totally look tan. But, now I see orange. Now I see orange. Maybe because I want to see orange. But, it is what it is. There we go. No, that's what I don't want to do. I want to go up. Right there. Yeah, that's where I want to be. But I still want to be within the range of seeing more of these blocks. There we go. And we do need to put some lights on the inside. I just wish that you could turn this area dark. Actually get nightfall in the R&D test chamber. That way I could be seeing, what the cracks look like. Like I might actually want the cracks in this pumpkin so that it looks like kind of creepy, and certain places light is coming out, especially if you do like an orange light from the construction side of the what is it, the Venture? No, is it Venture? I think Venture might actually have a few orange ones, but I know the GeoCore actually have orange ones as well. I don't think the GSO ones do, but don't hold me to that one because I've never really played around with the lights. So that's what this one's going to allow us to kind of do, is play around with the lights in a way that we've never really had the opportunity to do so, in a way that actually makes it worthwhile to do so, because you don't really get anything out of the lights in any of your other bots when you use them in any other way. So that's not where I want those. I want those up one more. So let's do that. Come on, pull them up. There we go. Right there. Nice. We still need one more. Okay, so one more right in this area. I don't think I like the cracks. And we're going to have to seal that up. That's going to be a lot of weight. Look at that, guys. That is just the bare bottoms of it. Like, I still need to, create the top 2/3 of this thing. So this is going to be a long process. So I probably won't show you the entire thing. I am going to go through maybe another 10-15 minutes of building this with you guys. And then I will finish it up. And then we'll come back in when it's finally done. I may come back in slightly before it's done and show you little tweaks here and there of maybe putting in the lights and putting in the eyeballs and stuff like that. That way you guys get to experience that with me after having sat here to watching as much as you have. I would hate for you guys to kind of miss out on the enjoyable part, or the really enjoyable part. I mean, I think all of this is kind of fun to watch, but the parts where you put on the toppings is the part where a lot of people are going to be wanting to see that. So we'll definitely show the eyeballs going in and trying to figure out the placement for those. I don't know if the eyeballs will be perfect with the green ones that you can get in the game, or if I'll have to go with the yellow blocks. Again, I'm kind of just gone with orange right now. But once I get the actual design of the pumpkin in place, and I know that's where I want to go with it. In fact, this block right here may not work. Like I said, I'm going to have to change stuff up. But yeah, once I get the actual design in place, then I will be going back and, removing some of the orange blocks and putting in yellow ones and things of that sort, so that we'll get that overall feel for it, where the eyes and the mouth are going to be. And we'll put lights on the inside, and maybe shields. Like, maybe shields would be a good place to put in the right spot on the inside to create just a little bubble of green poking out where the eyes need to be. Like, that would be very difficult to get perfectly right, but if you could, I think it would be kind of a neat thing to see. So we'll definitely try that out. Let's see, we're going to put these here, and we're going to go out one more. Actually, I guess we'll have to do that as well. I was going to say, I don't know if I wanted to go off center on it, but I think we're going to have to, just to keep it going up, because we want it to be round. And so off center like that is going to add that kind of roundness to it. I really wish you could put the flat pieces, the what do you call them, the angle pieces with the armor on them. That would probably make it a little bit more round in the corner sections. However, those are not colored, and because they don't give you the ability to color any block that you want in this game, just the ones that they're giving you, that kind of is not an option. Like, I really hope at some point they just give you a color wheel and a spray paint gun and just be like, go have at it. Color whatever blocks you want, whatever color you want. I think it's possible for them to do that. I've seen it in other games that have done that, and I hope they're not just not doing it because they're afraid of copying somebody else. Because all the good ideas in video games, have been done at some point for the most part. Yeah, you can always come up with new stuff, but a lot of the good ones, they've been taken, for the first time already a long time ago because they're good ideas. Like people like them, so why not use them? And a lot of companies are kind of afraid to copying other people and just being like, we want to be original, and we don't want to copy other companies. Well, if it works, a lot of people use it because it works, and so I'm hoping they have other reasons for not doing it. Maybe it's just not part of the coding yet, or it's just not possible. Whatever the case may be, I'd hate to speak for a company that I'm not a part of, and I don't know what their mindset is on that one, but it seems like it's a little bit more work, in my opinion, to create blocks of varying color rather than just give you the ability to change the color yourself. But we'll have to see how that plays out. 3 right there in the front, I think is good, and we'll keep going out like this because that's going to go out one more. And you can see it's a slow, painful process. Not so much painful for me because I enjoy it, but it can be a very slow process on putting these things down and getting that right angle. And even once I'm done, it's going to be one of those things where I'll have to go back and look at it and be like, oh, I messed up completely on this one section. Now I need to go back and redesign the entire thing, at least maybe half of it, or even more than half of it. So, it's I don't know. It depends on how much of a perfectionist you really are. Like, are you willing to take up the task of creating SpongeBob SquarePants? We could definitely do it. That might be my next build, doing SpongeBob, and seeing how well that actually works in here. I think that is, that's starting to come together. Starting. And I think once I get to the top, I'll stop going like one layer, and I'll start going like 2 and then 3. So it looks more of a, because like this is the very bottom right here. Now I think we're at the center, and we need to go up like 1 or 2 layers at the same time in the same direction. So instead of just going like this right here, we'll just go up 1, 2, and 3. So it's going to be a little flatter on the outside, but that's kind of how pumpkins are. I mean, yeah, they do kind of tilt in a little bit, but that's going to get you that look when we, maybe 2 is where we need to be on that one. Again, it's kind of trial and error to see how that works. Yeah, maybe 2 before it starts tilting up. I don't know. 3 actually looks okay. 3 looks okay, so we're going to keep up with that. And we'll do 3 right here on the front. In fact, we'll just do the front for now, and we'll worry about the back here in a bit. See if we even like the design before we go all out and do all the sides right there. Come on, you can do it, guys. You can do it. Maybe there is a way. Maybe you can hold down like the shift button or something and just have as many of them as you want put down. That would be very useful. Come on. You can do it. And I'm going to turn the angle here in a second so we can just see one corner piece of it and see if we like it. I don't know. It looks more like a basket or something. I might get rid of that line on the bottom. Actually, I think the line on the bottom is what's doing it's kind of taken away from it. Let me do that. We'll just say that it's flat on the bottom. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit better. Maybe not 3. Maybe just 2. Well, I mean, I guess it's 3 with that 1 on the bottom, I guess. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better, actually, rather than 3. So let's go with that, and we'll go 3 up. Because we can start going inwards a little bit, I think, to give it that off-center. And we'll go up 2 on that one, actually. So let's do that right there. Ah, no. Okay, so yeah, that not too bad, actually. Maybe the corner pieces, we need to do a little bit less staggered as much as they are. And maybe do like 2 here. And then have them come out over here. Grab some of these. How about that? How does that look? I don't know about that. That might be a little bit too much of a curved piece right there. Yeah, I don't think I like that. It just seems like it's too round a little bit. But yeah, it's what we're going for. I don't know, guys. I'll have to mess with it. But again, I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, definitely leave those suggestions down below. I think I'm going to finish up the pumpkin, and then maybe we'll try SpongeBob. We do got the yellow pieces. I think that's possible to do him in some way. I don't know what color we can make the pants. Maybe, oh, we do got brown. We do have brown pieces, so that could definitely work. Or maybe the I don't know. We could color him yellow on the outside of these giant other blocks, because these ones right here, I don't know if you would really consider those SpongeBob yellow. Like this yellow right here definitely seems to me to be more SpongeBob than any of the other ones. So we'll just kind of have to play around with it and see how it goes. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you all next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention, and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.